We've heard a lot of rhetoric out of the White House and, of course, out of the Secretary of State. Do you see the U.S. following through on any of those threats, and will they matter?
Well, I'm sure the U.S. can do plenty of things. It's a very powerful nation. It has ability to do things, everything from controlling the banking system and other things as well, as it's shown with the sanctions against Iran. I hope this is an area where people take it very coolly. If people tend to go to the brink, we need to make sure that nobody goes across the brink inadvertently. That's been my experience with Mr. Putin on a business basis, that you have to be very careful not to go across the brink.
How far will he go? Because when you were running BP, there was a giant oil company called Yukos that Mr. Putin decided all of a sudden he would prefer to control himself. So he gave him a $20 billion tax bill, threw the CEO and owner into a gulag, and simply took what he desired.
So in other words, he's willing to cross that brink.
He never did it with us. With TNK-BP, we had a time there. We did business. It was tough business. But in the end, it was a highly profitable business.
Well, why do you think he never did that with you? I mean, is part of this being willing to stand up to Putin and to call his bluff as much as he's trying to call ours?
Well, I think as a business, you never stand up to the head of a nation. You have to manage your relationship with him or her. And I think you manage it in such a way that you keep out of things that aren't your business. You focus on what is important to them.
Is that the advice you'd be giving President Obama right now, to let the Ukraine be?
Well, I hope very well. No, I think you've got to be very careful to make sure that Ukraine, the people in Ukraine, get what they want done themselves. And I think that's very important.
So there's obviously a difference between someone at BP who's got a business relationship and the President of the United States who needs to maintain political order.
Absolutely. No one ever equated business and real politics together, and they shouldn't.
No, but I got to jump back because I'm a little confused. It sounded as though you said the president should let the Ukraine do what it needs to do and let that be up to the people of the Ukraine. So in other words, you know, handle your own stuff.
Obviously, the president will decide what he must do, but the Ukrainian people are saying things they need to be listened to.
So democracy, you think, needs to stand there, and
it's important.
And what do you see as far as a cooperation? I mean, I was talking earlier about the concert that needs to be worked in the UK, the EU, and the US. Do you think that that's strong enough to stand up to Vladimir Putin?
I see no reason why it isn't. I see no reason why it isn't.